Hello, it's Andy. I'm down in the woodshed really is what we call it. It's ended up becoming a junk shed with everything being chucked in it, but it is the woodshed. That's what it was built for anyway. But anyway, I'm down here and I've got a little bit of burning up of some waste items I've got to get rid of. It's a Sunday, so things are a little bit quiet. I went surfing yesterday and it's quite good today to surf. I haven't gone because, quite simply, fuel prices at the moment, and the fact with the scarcity which seems to be happening with this fuel, i.e., not every petrol station you can guarantee you pull up in has diesel. At the minute, I'm just trying to be a little bit more thoughtful how it's being used and where it's being used. I've had one surf, so I'm going to pass on today. What I have passed on today, the tides have gone through or going through, and I wouldn't make it anyway now. So yeah, I'm just trying to be a little bit resourceful. It's probably the same for everybody else out there at the moment, but nevertheless, I've still got some jobs I've got to do around here. Like I said, I've got a little bit of burning of some waste stuff I've got to get rid of. I've got to feed the wild birds yet again. I haven't fed them for the last 2 or 3 days. It's been kind of mildish, and I try not to feed them when it's mild because I like to think that you're encouraging them to also not become dependent on food that you put out for them, that they do go and seek their natural food sources, so you're not interrupting the balance of food chain too much. I would encourage people to possibly follow that kind of model. Feed them when obviously it's really cold or difficult weather conditions, but if it becomes mild, possibly just a little bit more damp and wet, let them get on and find their own food. It's better for the environment and better for those birds because they then resort back to their natural foodstuffs. Yeah, what I'm burning up there is just basically some leftover bits of wood shavings and everything of that type on top. But underneath that is a load of should we say personal items like documents, bits of paper that's been kicking around, the sort of thing that you've kept in the bottom of your drawers because it's had personal information. And you just want to get rid of it. It's years worth of stuff that we've got kicking about. It was time to get rid of it. You can hang on to stuff like that because you think you're going to need it for year after year, but then at the end of the day you realise you don't need it, and this day and age nobody needs paper. It's all electronic. Right there, the kids are screaming from the trampoline. I'm in the woodshed. Right, the actual bird feeder, like I showed you before, is fully movable. I've made this contraption to stop the bigger birds, the crows, the magpies, jackdaws, jays and that, having a help themselves. If they were able just to hold on to with their feet like this and then just peck, 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 peck. Now this here moves in the wind and with them around, so this tends to give them a little bit of a knock, or if they try to hold on that and going around, they do get the food, but it's just also mobile. It's not easy for them. That's not me being cruel or being horrible. The fact of the matter is, the smaller birds are more specialised feeders, and obviously they don't have such a wide range of foodstuffs available to them. Jackdaws, magpies and all birds of that vein, they're opportunists, and they will eat anything. They will eat from every source available they can find. They exploit man-made foodstuffs. Indeed, they are basically the one success story in nature. They will eat anything and everything, including those small birds. So it's just a mechanism to allow the small birds to have some form of food left to them and it not be totally hoovered up by the bigger birds, because they can go off to the next door farms and they can eat out the cow troughs, and they'll eat that. They'll eat from the cow droppings. They'll eat all the natural stuffs the small birds will eat. they will eat anything, and that's what I'm trying to say is, at some point you have to prioritise one species or types of species over the others. And here in the UK, it's the smaller songbirds that are struggling at the moment. Cody's holding it here, and we're going to take it up to the tree and I'll put it on. Corey's up there somewhere. Yes, it is freezing cold. I should have a coat, and they've just got t-shirts, but they've come out, they've left the back door open, and yes, I'm actually heating the house with logs, and that heat is coming straight out. It's actually freezing and they're running around in just t-shirts. That's kids for you. Is there any eggs down there? Alright, well, you shut the door and let her finish going for her eggs. Let her do it. Alright, okay, well, we'll wait for them to finish. Yeah, I showed you one blue flower, but we've got quite a few that's come up. Like I said, I recycled some compost, and I had one come up. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those blue flowers. I'm not sure what they are. They look quite nice. They're obviously something my wife did last year, and as I recycled the compost, there was obviously some bulbs or tubers in the compost. Most of the tulips the wife and kids have planted have come up, and as you can see, they've got a nice crop, if you can call it a crop. I don't know what a load of tulips are called, but yeah, so they'll soon be out the front selling those for their pocket money for the Portugal trip. You can see spring is on the way, because these flowers here have come up the front, and I just plant the leftovers from what the wife and kids put out the front. I put them there, the ones that are damaged or looking half eaten, rotten or no good, and I just make a little feature from them. Most of them don't survive, but the ones that do, we get a nice little display that comes up from them. This is the last of a sticks I've just done. It's a birch, and it's a nice one. It's come out really nice. You can see my logo and a little squirrel burnt, a bit of artwork burnt onto it. Nice copper tip. But I've actually run out of cordage now, or rope shall I say, and I've just ordered some more a good few days ago, and it hasn't turned up yet, so I don't know if that's relevant to what's happening in the world at the moment. This one's a custom order for a lady. She's still waiting to confirm what design she wants on it. I think it's for a relative of hers or somebody she knows. But yeah, well, it's completely finished, it's sanded, it's ready to go. It needs the artwork, and then obviously the finishing coats of boiled linseed oil. Nice stick. It's got multiple different colours, from very light cream wood through to tans and browns. This will make a nice stick, but like I say, I'm waiting to have the confirmation of what she actually wants burnt on it. So that's got to happen at the moment. Yeah, this one's being picked up today, incidentally. It's another custom order, woodland themed. As you can see, oak leaves, birds, yet again. People tend to like that. There is a bit of personal writing there. Cornish engine house, if I can get that focused. Artwork burnt onto it. Obviously wanted that connection. Ivy there. Some more birds. Like I say, another one there, a blackbird up there with some ivy, coming down to another bird, oak leaves down there. So yeah, that one there is being picked up today by the customer. Yeah, with the back-to-back storms and the bad weather, which was almost for a 2-week period, nothing really much went from my stall. And indeed, vast majority, or nearly all of it, the stall was broken down and taken down, so that I didn't suffer any damage to either the sticks or the stall itself, which has happened in the past. So yeah, I wasn't selling then, and at the moment, I've put my sticks and stall back up out the front. But I'm not getting too much happen on that front at the moment, so I'm just waiting for people to start noticing this back up again. Boys being boys. Yeah. Have you got the monster? No. Okay. Is he out the front? Oh, quick, the monster could be out the front. Oh. Careful you don't trip with your gun. Daddy's got to unload the car.
That's baby Soundhead.
Alright, Siren Head's over there, is he?
Baby Soundhead.
Alright, okay. You go and get him before he comes over and gets you. I've got more compost pots and garden stuff, feeding that and everything there, so I've got to get that round the back. If anybody's got kids, you will know Siren Head is a massive thing on TV at the moment. If you don't know what Siren Head is, look it up. But yeah, they're playing Siren Head the monsters, trying to get them, and they're protecting the world. Right, we're going to be going over to a little village event or gathering that's going to be, or is put together to try and reduce speeding within the village. We don't have a lot of traffic that moves through the village fast, but you do get the occasional car that does whiz through. It's enough for people to kind of... the council have been alerted to this problem for quite a while now. And with everything with bureaucracy involved, the wheels turn slow. So it's a case of kind of a workshop to make some signs just to put up in the village, just to tell people to kind of slow down and respect that this is a place where people live. Animals like cats are walking around, and indeed young kids, as I have, and other people who've got young kids. Their kids are running around, or should, well, as parents they shouldn't be on the road themselves, but you know, if a kid was to run out and the car can't stop in time, and then you've got elderly people which ain't too fast when they cross the roads and things like that. So it's all about a bit of like slow down and a bit of safety. So as a workshop, we're going to go over and help paint some signs. And talking about road safety, here's one of our cats just here. And that's what I mean, you know, we've got a residential area with cats and, you know, dogs, elderly people, and indeed just the village general life around it just needs a little bit of safety with slower vehicle usage. One of the issues is on this particular road is you can come down this hill and see for sort of like quarter of a mile, so people do tend to speed down here and then fail to realise they're entering a 30-mile-an-hour zone. They then come down to this area and hit the 30-mile-an-hour zone, but by then they're only just beginning to slow down for the junction ahead, but by then they're usually moving through the village faster than 30-mile-an-hour. And the heavy goods and tractors that may say they're only doing 30-mile-an-hour, well, that's really too fast when you're going through houses like this. Yeah, we're going to do that one. We'll paint that one.